What you're about to watch is the most devastating Fortnite leak of all time. And last year we had a full roadmap revealed early, so what and how did this happen? Well, to save us like 5 minutes, the how is pretty easy, and that's an insider leaked all of this, and he'll probably get sued for millions. But what did they leak? Today, we're covering everything for this chapter, and if it's to be believed, even chapter 7. Now, slow your roll. First, we gotta make it to next season. The official start date is June 8th. We all knew Star Wars wouldn't last long, but the next theme is superheroes. That's right, we're getting a 2025 version of the classic hero pass from chapter 1, and it even starts on the anniversary of that season. Now, it is going to be very different. Last time around, the whole superhero story was secretly just a movie that was being recorded on the island. But for chapter 6, it's going to be actual heroes with actual powers. Here's where things get messy, and so the battle pass leaked. We have our first look at over 18 original superheroes that are planned for next season, which is insane. But one thing that fans have spotted is that a lot of these outfits are duplicates, and by that, I mean they have a hero version and an alter ego version. They also realized that most of these guys have a logo on their costumes, like this symbol, which was accidentally added to the Star Wars files. It is called Hero Sprite and confirms that next season will indeed be superheroes. It's just not going to be all original characters. We're also going to be getting a crossover with one of the biggest heroes of all time, Superman. Now sure, he appeared back in chapter 2, but this time around it'll be a collab with the new Superman movie by James Gunn. Not just an outfit though, there will also be a way to transform into him as a mythic and use his superpowers. And he'll also be joined by some Marvel characters like when we get the next X-Men crossover. Details are pretty lacking right now, so we're not exactly sure who's coming considering Fortnite basically added all of them, but maybe it'll be new versions of the classic heroes. We're also getting a new item called Stormclaws. It's pretty vague at the moment, but it'll include the ability to activate a flip. I will say it has the potential to transform POIs or will work like a storm flip, or maybe it's an updated version of something like the Sideways. We do know the 0 point is going to play a huge role in this. Right now, the storyline has been paused until June, which sucks, and that's because Star Wars is only a month long and is considered by Fortnite as mini season 1. Like, it's called Galactic Battle and not season 3. Technically, next month is season 3, but I'm too lazy to change my YouTube titles. Anyway, when the storyline returns, it'll include the Daigo portal cliffhanger and bring the 0 point back. It's proven by a leak that says sprites will have a 0 point version next month, and using them gives you the classic dash ability. Let's look back to the superhero thing because there is way more that I didn't touch on. With every superhero theme, they've always got somewhere to save, so what will they be protecting in season 3? It's called Utopia City. It'll officially be replacing Seaport City, and not just the town either. It'll be a whole new biome with a new grass and more. Now it makes sense that some kind of superhero base like the Avengers Tower will be located here too, maybe right at the center of the POI. Insiders have even revealed that Robin will be a part of the Battle Pass, and while he's usually a side character, DC fans have literally been begging for years at this point. Not sure if he's gonna get his own Batcave or anything, but we do know that Superman is getting his very own POI for the Fortress of Solitude, and apparently it's gonna replace Mass Meadows. This is where things get interesting. We just got our first inside information about the storyline of season 3. And I know I said earlier everything is on pause right now for Star Wars, but when it comes back, the entire season is going to be themed around Daigo. Him being in the spirit realm right now is turning him evil, as he's going to return as season 3's main villain alongside Core and bring an army of demons to the island. We also know that Midas is going to be a part of the story again, and I know it's like he never goes away, and if you're wondering how he's relevant to a superhero academy theme, it's because he's the one funding it. I guess he's upgrading from building his own devices to straight up becoming like Professor X or something. Kind of wonder why he needs all of these superheroes and what he's preparing to fight against, so does he know something about the 0 point that we don't? This is where things get surprising. Next season also brings us a new festival artist, and fans have been speculating on who it'll be. Right now, the biggest leak reveals Daft Punk are coming. Kinda shocking considering Daft Punk split up years ago, but this is the strongest rumor we have so far, and it would definitely shake things up. That's not even the most ridiculous leak of chapter 6. If you thought that Daft Punk sounded insane, leakers just revealed that there's another mini season coming this year, and apparently it's themed around The Simpsons. Okay, this is one of those leaks that sounds so fake, and while it's just an insider rumor so far, it's been shared by some pretty trustworthy leakers in the community. I'm taking it with a grain of salt, but according to the source, we'll get a whole Simpsons mini pass along with POIs inspired by Springfield. I really hope it's true because it would literally break the internet, and if it is true, it'll also be the most devastating leak since the chapter 5 roadmap, because we've also heard information about chapter 7. So we're gonna hop from Star Wars to superheroes to a bug invasion season, then to a Simpsons theme, and then continue into a new chapter with a gala theme. Sounds a little vague, but apparently it's gonna be like a city life aesthetic. Chapter 7 Season 2 will then be based on Norse mythology. Chapter 7 Season 2, how are we this far? Anyways, it's gonna be like the Greek season, but with Nordic gods. The leakers have even claimed to know about Chapter 7's mini-season, which will be another Marvel theme, this time around symbiotes like Venom and Null. And then there's gonna be an overarching enemy throughout next year, a quote-unquote dark presence, which Fortnite's already teasing through the Spirit Realm storyline. Personally, I'm excited because concerts are apparently returning in Chapter 7. It has been so long since we got these in the middle of a season. I mean, Fortnite's always been hiding them with other events like Eminem in the Big Bang or the rappers in the Chapter 5 finale. So we are desperate for independent concerts, and it looks like Epic agrees. It would be so sick if they brought back Travis Scott. Another thing around the corner is Fortnite's next cosmetic type. You see, they've been introducing all kinds of crazy items for us to buy, whether it's cars, instruments, I mean, we even have sneakers now. But soon, they'll be bringing back something we haven't seen since Chapter 2. I'm talking about pets. The last time they added pets to the game, it was just a fancy word for an animated back bling. Although some of them did fly around your shoulder, it just never felt like an actual pet. Luckily, Epic is trying to fix that problem with companions. We've been wanting it for a long time. We've always said that pets were a really fun back bling to own, and we also noticed that whenever Fortnite added animal ones, like Rubius's cat, they stopped calling it a pet. In the background, they've been preparing to add this feature the whole time. But just so we're clear, they're not a back bling. They will be actual animals that follow you around, and it sounds amazing. That could mean we could get an R2-D2 pet, or maybe small characters like Jawas or Ewoks. Which brings me to who is exactly arriving in Galactic Battle. We all know by now that Darth Jar Jar is around the corner, and he's gonna be a part of the item shop. It's easily the most anticipated Star Wars outfit of the season, and we kinda wished he was in the past, but hey, you won't be waiting long. So it looks like Fortnite's dropping one new character into the shop every week. We just got Mace Windu, and next we'll see a character who should have been added years ago. C-3PO has literally appeared in every main Star Wars movie, and yet he couldn't make it into Fortnite without being smashed to pieces. Now luckily, he'll finally make his debut soon as a full outfit, and people have even spotted his Lego version in the files. It's not just characters you can look forward to. Fortnite is working on a new Star Wars weapon called a Jawa Blaster. It's what the Jawas use to capture droids in the films, although Fortnite is taking it even further because it's a one-shot gun. I'm not kidding, it's gonna have a single bullet inside of it, and that shot will do 162 body or 185 head damage. Like, it's insane. At least you'll be able to get away from it when the Rift to Go comes back. And these are set to return by the end of the season, and they'll be joined by junk rifts as well. If you remember back in Chapter 3, we had a Star Wars version of these rifts that dropped a land speeder on enemies, so I'm really hoping that's what returns. If you've been watching the Galactic Battle trailer on repeat, like, I have, you would have noticed an upcoming skin that doesn't look familiar. These Mandalorians, they all look insane, but they're not someone I know, and that's because you're gonna get to decide for ourselves. These upcoming Mandos are gonna be completely customizable, confirmed by Fortnite in the patch notes. But they haven't acknowledged this leaked character who is hiding in plain sight. In the loading screen for the new LEGO Star Wars season, you could spot General Hux. He's just building a snowman, not realizing they might have just confirmed he's coming to Fortnite. It's not the only skin Fortnite leaked in the past. For Wookiee Team Leader's loading screen, you'll notice she's fighting stormtroopers. Okay, but one of them is actually a sand trooper, the guys who patrol Tatooine and aren't in Fortnite. At least not yet, as this seemingly confirms they are coming. What gets super weird is how leakers have found this in the files. It says shop unlock, and this means we're about to get 4 new items in the store that'll need XP to buy, kind of like Renegade Raider or Aerial Assault Trooper. We have no idea what the cosmetics will be, but they have to be important for Epic to lock them behind an XP barrier. Players have one theory, and it's lightsaber pickaxes. We can only dream, but we don't have to wish for sabers to be weapons. That's already happened time and time again, except there is one problem. These have only shown up in Star Wars events. What about times we want to use them for fun? Well, lightsabers are coming all year round, as they're officially making their way to creative mode. Red vs. Blue is about to go crazy. What's strange about this season is how updates are now going to be on Thursdays, and Fortnite pretty much told us everything that's happening in these updates. Of course, we just had the Pull of the Force update. If you haven't watched my video on that, I recommend it, but it brought Leia, Luke, and Han Solo to the island as NPCs. Mace Windu also appeared and let us train with him to get a purple lightsaber and Force Pull, which is freaking sick. But this also meant Darth Maul was here to offer us a red saber and Force Throw. This all happened in the last week, but what else is in store? Well, on May 15th, we'll enter a new phase called Chew on This. They didn't reveal this one in the trailer, but in the patch notes, they confirmed Chewbacca is bringing a Wookiee bowcaster to the loot pool, along with the Jawa blaster I mentioned earlier. Like the one-shot gun, that's gonna be stupid OP, that's coming. On May 22nd, it'll be followed by Mandalorian Rising, the week that we'll finally get those customizable Mando skins, along with the chance to recruit one to our team. They'll bring Mandalorian jetpacks to the loot pool and the classic Ambin sniper rifle. But that's not all. Fortnite is also dropping a brand new dual pistols item that looks eerily similar to Jango Fett's guns. So are we getting Jango as an outfit? I guess we'll see. For the penultimate week, May 29th, we're entering Star Destroyer Bombardment, and this is where things get insane. We are going to officially take control of the Star Destroyers in the sky. I'm not joking. You'll be able to take over the turbo laser and literally snipe enemies from space. Only one portal will spawn per match to get in here, and if you're the first person in the lobby to reach it, the ship is yours. Just make sure you have some type of cup for all the pro player tiers, because you're gonna need that. The final week of Galactic Battle, it's called Death Star Sabotage, or as Epic likes to call it, the Final Showdown. That name is a subtle hint that the final week will include a live event, and I'm not just talking a mini one, this is a full-fledged event. That means it'll be the first time since Chapter 3 that we're getting more than one in a single year, and this is a very W moment right now. Fortnite's only description is that we're gonna mobilize and take the fight to Emperor Palpatine, which is pretty vague, but I think it's kinda obvious the event will be taking down the Death Star. You already know Fortnite loves the trench run because we already did this exact thing in the Galactus event, so I imagine we'll see something like that. Drop your comments below on how much the person who leaked all of this is getting sued. I'm $1 million, that's my guess. Anyways, it's been Tommy, keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.